Hello, very glad to meet you once again. Now you are in fifth semester. Actually, almost 2 semesters you have been at home. Now again, by the unfortunate incidents, we are now at home because of the pandemic. And I welcome you to the fifth semester, and we are going to deal with an area of dramatic presentations. You know, you have 5 important papers, main papers in the fifth semester. From each one major paper is dramatic appreciation, where we plan to do certain areas of dramas, and one segment naturally stands for Shakespeare. And by this semester, I am assigned Shakespeare for you. And let us try how we can study Shakespeare. And I hope everybody is happy now. Your examination, 4th and 5th semester at hand. But no other way, we have to face all the challenges. Are you ready? I hope everybody is right. Now, let us do some areas of dramatic presentations. You know, one of the students nowadays put me in WhatsApp. She loses confidence in appearing in the examination. What is to say for all the semesters in all my classes I have been discussing, never lose your confidence. Am I right? You remember my certain classes in the grammatical areas. So this confidence, that is within ourselves. You have to develop yourselves. And recently I read in one of the stories written by Prabhat Kumar Mukhomadai, a very South Indian writer, Prabhat Kumar Mukhomadai. You know, he has published a lot of number of good stories. In one of the stories, he says, that is an advice given to a child by mother. And the mother gives an advice by which child is given more confidence to face the challenges of life. What does this mother say? Mother says, my dear son, have you ever thought of the seed of a jackfruit? All people take it very insignificantly. The seed of jackfruit. Have you ever thought of, you are very much interested to eat a jackfruit? But certain people, a good number of people, they keep seeds aside and never give importance. But some ordinary people make use of making different curries and all that. But this mother, Prabhat Kumar Mukhomadai, presenting mother, telling, all right, this seed, my dear son, have you ever thought of this seed has a big tree inside and would give you a large number of fruits? But seed of the fruit is very, very, very small. In the way, now you are in graduate classes. The more you grow up, the more you go to the postgraduate classes, then you go to the research level, and who knows who all the people from you will become great, eminent thinkers and writers and even big professors. Who knows? Many of you are very competent, that I know. And all the examinations and the presentations in the class, that I feel that you have confidence. But never lose, what I would say, never lose your confidence. God has a very big plan on you. In this way, the seed of the jackfruit, which carries a big tree inside, would tell a story itself to the humanity. In the same way, one day or another day, you would realize the real fruit of your heart or the real fruit of your education. I'm sure, damn sure. So I once again welcome you to the latest class, what is called Shakespearean dramas. And all of a sudden, you are in the degree class now. You study Shakespeare. All right. Shakespeare, as a topic. Once we did BA, and I had for very good opportunity to study my whole education in Kerala Varma College, where my professors were there to teach me Shakespeare. During my degree level, Shakespeare was one of the main papers. Unlike you have only one book to study. But we people, I did my BA degree in 1984. And we had to study almost 5 detailed dramas of Shakespeare. Comprising to several topics or several areas of his masterpieces. Now the present education, present degree gives you only one of the textbooks, one of the dramas you have to study in degree. Along with 5 important dramas, we had been given some non-detailed dramas also, covering all the areas of different divisions of his dramas. So Shakespeare that time also seemed to be very difficult for us. But there was an enjoyment. There was an enjoyment not only from the side of learning, but also from the side of teaching. And we are lucky that we had eminent professors had been teaching us Shakespeare. And once though we decide to cut the classes, but we are forced to sit in the class because of the interest, the way in which they teach. So what if you ask me, I would say Shakespeare is not very easy person. His dramas are not that much easy. But one thing is guaranteed, my dear students, you will be enjoying it. You will get different visions of life. Normally people would ask, what is the real objective of learning Shakespeare? I would say learning Shakespeare would give you different dimensions of your life. It would give you not only pleasure but also sadness and unhappiness. It also will lead you to dejection, but there will be a pleasure at the bottom of the mind once you really enjoy one of the dramas written by Shakespeare. That may be the reason he is considered most remarkable writer of English literature. Otherwise, just like Dowden says, there would have not been literature without Shakespeare in English language. And many critics are there. Many attackers are there in Shakespeare's world. So before jumping into the Shakespeare's pool of writing, we should do what? We should get a background picture in which society Shakespeare was there to write and enact plays on the stage. And on the other hand, what is called A.C. Bradley calls him, he is the legend of literature ever lived in the world. He had not that much education. Don't think that all writers would have been very educated. But You know, Shakespeare had limitations. But I would say, if you ask me, I would say his interest in the field of drama, his interest in the field of realistic world of literature, his interest in the world of realism would have made him a dramatist. It is written by Dover Wilson also. All these are several critics. Once you study Shakespeare, you would be familiarized with certain severe critics on him. Dover Wilson, A.C. Bradley. What is to say more? From India itself, we have a great thinker and writer, who is called Srinivasa Iyengar. All right, you have to refer all these critics' names in your notebook, and if possible, you collect books from the library and read their opinion on this legend. And I would say, if a real interested candidate in the field of literature, you will never stop to study what in the syllabus on Shakespeare. You will have to go yourself searching further writings on him or further stories of his dramas, and you will live in the world of the characters ever presented by Shakespeare in his books. So today I would plan to give you an introduction. All the teachers would give you as an introduction in the field of drama. Now I want to give you certain steps that will help you to face what is real Shakespeare is. Or immediately jumping in the world of Othello, immediately jumping in the world of Shakespearean drama, you people have to get a picture. You people have to get a background story on which ground he had written all these. And I would refer no, suppose you go to play in the cricket match, you have to really understand the pitch of the ground. That may be the reason players come in advance 2-3 days in advance and they will examine the pitch of the court. Why? Because they want to build up a confidence. Then only this confidence would enhance you to great and catch lot of runs. That may be the reason. So once you jump in the field of Shakespeare, at least you should have kept some ideas on Shakespeare, the society in which he lived, or at least some introductory part of the dramatic presentations during that time. Anyway, he was considered to be a writer in the field of modern literature. Earlier, English language was in different way, but towards the end of 15th century or beginning of the 16th century, everything has been changed. And from this Elizabethan era that you have studied history of England, am I right? Am I right? You have studied history of England. After the Restoration period, after you have all these, the area of reason. After slowly now you come to the area of Elizabethan age. It starts in the 16th century, where 16th century is not the century that belongs to old age. People had good education. People had been given much freedom to enjoy theatres. People had been given much freedom to give their own opinions. And people were very, very happy during this period, my dear students. So the beginning stage, the origin, suppose we take first one, origin of drama. All right, we will discuss the area how English drama had been originated. Different teachers would give you much advanced knowledge, but before entering to the field of Shakespeare's Othello, I think certain steps that you have to keep in mind, then only you will be easily going to the field and comprehend whatever Shakespeare has meant in his philosophy. When he was not only a writer of drama, he was a real thinker. And as he Bradley calls him, he was a philosopher. You know, he was a philosopher. Otherwise, A.C. Bradley calling, could you anybody show me any drama written by Shakespeare without a piece of philosophy? A.C. Bradley commenting in his book. Dover Wilson also backing him. Dover Wilson also says once he tries to elicit and comment on the points of drama which are related to his tragedies, Dover Wilson says a great philosopher, seer, blessed. Great philosopher, seer, blessed means he was like a sannyasi, he was like a saint, he was like a Puritan, he was like a priest of the nature that had hold a lot of philosophies. You know, in Macbeth, that is the reason I tell you, you people have to refer so many dramas written. Never stop your studies in Othello. Though university prescribes Othello to study, you just go some other important place. In Macbeth, the great philosophical thoughts are coming in different areas. Even he says, what is life? What is life? Life is a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing. Look, that's such a simple philosophy. Asking the one of the characters, what is life? Life is a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing. The philosophy comes like that. When the Hamlet says, you go, when the sorrows come, they do not come like a single spice, but they come like battalions. That is very, very, very true in our life also. Once we get a piece of sadness, it will be accompanied by so many sad elements. One sorrow coming in our life. We have no other way to come through like. Am I right? Am I right? This is the way. When the sorrows come, they do not come like a single spy, but they come like battalions, says. What is to say more? You go to Twelfth Night, a romantic tragedy written by Shakespeare. Where he says, you know, another philosophy coming. What philosophy? Some are born great in the world. Some achieve greatness. Some are unknowingly thrust upon greatness. Another philosophy coming. Some people are born with a silver spoon in their mouth. Am I right? You would be getting, you know, some people have Benz cars when they take a bath in the house, right? They have big mansions like palaces. They have very costly dresses, which we would wish to wear, but we don't have money to buy. But some girls, they are coming in a particular banquet programs with very, very costly dresses. We would say some are born great. Some are achieving greatness. Some people will try from the beginning to the end of the life, struggling, reaching a position. Some people, you know, taken birth in the noble houses, even without their permission. They are provided everything. They become opulent. They become opulent means they become rich in their world. That is why Orsino says some are born great. Some are born great. Some are achieving, they are trying to get fortunes in the world. But some are unknowingly thrust upon greatness, philosophy coming. So such philosophy is ever written by Shakespeare. That is why A.C. Bradley says, without philosophy, Shakespeare would have never been a dramatist. Such philosophy of the life, such philosophy of his vision of life is presented in his dramas. So once I tell you, Shakespeare did not become a Shakespeare. Shakespeare deliberately wanted out of his interest to be a dramatist. And during his time, there was no publication like that. But another fortunate things, all his dramas were printed after his death, not before his death. Because people had no interest in reading, but they want to see the things in their hand. So once you go to see the origin of drama, drama really originated in churches. First point that you keep in mind, actually dramas were presented in the churches. I have seen even in the Good Friday in my church, even present day, all the service in the Good Friday day in the church would give you an atmosphere of a drama. Jesus is represented by our priest of the church, vicar of the church, and some Judaic people, some other rulers of the governance like Pilate, Pontius Pilate. All these people are there with their impressions by their utterances. So in my childhood, during the time of Good Friday service in the church, I thought it was a real drama going on there. But mind you, in 16th century or before 16th century, dramatic impression, dramatic presentation happened to be in the society at first from the services of the churches. Priest, vicar of the church will be always the hero, right? Everywhere vicar, the priest of the church will become a hero. And the incidents taken from the Bible, not merely from what you call Old Testament, but also from New Testament and the life of Jesus, would have been always a matter of thought to be presented on the stage of the, what is to say more, altar of the church. So one way we can understand that this way of presentation first originated in the churches. Keep point number one. Once you related to the origin of drama, drama is not really the presentation of a writer. It had its origin in the churches, particularly in England, particularly in America, particularly in Christian countries. So many incidents had been enacted on the altar. That was the scene. Church services were written. Church services during that time were presented in Latin language. And this Latin was very incomprehensible to the common people. And Latin was replaced by Anglo-Saxon language, English language, which was very admissible, which was very lovable, which was appreciable to the common people of the society. So Jesus scenes from the Bible, Christmas and Easter, and what is more, resurrection. Easter during the time of resurrection, the dramatic presentation on the altar by the church people, which gives a figure of Jesus coming out of the cave of graveyard, which would give a dramatic presentation. During the last Easter time, this type of presentation somewhere in Kerala, somewhere in Kerala, once Jesus' statue was arisen from the cave. They made some electrocution, electrical work, or some presentation of rock falling down like that. It would have been supported by electrical current. What happened? The whole altar was burned during the last Easter time in Kerala. I think nearby your college, Poverty College. So people, what does it show? People still finds much pleasure to present these things in the Easter time in original. Original means people, those who are there in the congregation, should feel that it was originally happened. And in the newspaper reported, the people of the church had to call fire force during the time of 3 o'clock in the morning, early morning. 5 to 3 pool of fire force came and put all the church people, all the altar wet with water. So that happened. Why we cannot blame the people of the church or the priest of the church? Because it had been practicing a ceremony just like in originality. The dramatic presentation was being done during the time. What did I tell you about Easter? Even the Christmas time, there would be a crib in front of the altar and infant Jesus would be placed. Even what is to lose more? In some churches, original father, mother and original baby will be there in the crib. Look, what does it mean? Origin of the church, origin of the drama in realism. Shakespeare's dramas, though it has failed a lot of principles written by Shakespeare, principles written by Aristotle. You know, Dover Wilson and the Wilsonite, he has written in Wheel of Fire. All right, very beautiful critical book, Wilsonite's Wheel of Fire. And it is presented there, all right, the originality, Shakespeare maintaining, but he never meant for the Aristotelian theory or Platonic theory of maintaining unities and all that. What all the unities, important 3 unities you might have studied during the literary criticism time. Once a teacher taught you Aristotle and Plato, they might have taught you what 3 unities are there. Unity of time, unity of place, unity of action. First preliminary things in the world of drama. First preliminary things in the drama principles. But Wilsonite telling in Wheel of Fire might have not been maintained by Shakespeare if he maintained these 3 unities in his almost dramas, 36 to 37 dramas. Still some problems are there on the 37th drama. 37th drama is not really, people say, some people say, some critical people say it was only half written by Shakespeare. So some critics tell Shakespeare has produced only 36 plays. Some people say 37 is there, one more added. Its name is Pericles. Pericles was not originally enacted by Shakespeare. It was given, but only half portion of the Pericles was written by Shakespeare, some people believe. So we consider 37 plays, but in originality, he has produced 36. So during the origin of drama in England, especially during the time of Elizabethan era, all the people are inclined, all the people are very habituated in the field of witnessing dramas on the stage, which is an altar of the church, and the vicar is the real character, and some people, assistants will be the other people of other characters of the drama. You know, so many incidents we can take from Bible. Christ, Christmas, Easter, then resurrection, Christ's suffering, death on the cross, all the areas. So in a way or another way, in the society, there had been people had interest, and if they had been given a chance, they would see it is the real fact happening in the churches. From the churches, they came slowly outside. Now look here, from churches, dramas came outside. Next point. Outside means in all the churches do not allow so many areas of the Bible. So some people who had thinking capacity, who had interest in dramas, who had interest in realism, they took some incidents from the Bible. They came to outside the church and they began to organize dramas. And some dramas were developed in this tendency because first thing, that why they came outside, why the people of the church came outside to present a drama. Two reasons. One reason, that all the areas are not allowed by the priest of the church to act. And the second point, the space of the church is not sufficient. The church space is not sufficient to act beautiful dramas. So by depending on these two reasons, they came to outside to find the place for dramas. Then they came to present it on the outside space they required. Naturally, followed by this attempt, two types of dramas happened: miracles and mysteries. Look here, there were two types of dramas presented after this outcome of the people who wanted this realistic presentation to be done outside of the church. They came outside. So look, then two types of dramas after that began to be placed in the society. One is called miracle dramas, one is called mysteries dramas. And what all these miracles and mysteries we will discuss in the next class. Till that moment, goodbye.